yesterday I was going to work on putting in those posts and show you how I do that and what I'm doing. But first, these rabbits need their water and feed. So I'm back out here. Forgot to move these branches. Like I said, I've got the tools and we're going to start working on pulling. Actually, I'll get a better shot. Pulling fence posts. I got the tripod over there and we'll get a good shot. But first, I'm going to show you guys me stretching a line. So here's the end of our permanent fence. That's where it's going to start. So I'll stretch the line from there as far that way, which I don't know if you can see, kind of that line. It's cleared right there. You guys can see. And I'll stretch the line, try to get a straight line. We'll pull up all the posts. I'll pace them out about the same, getting, I don't know, 15-20 feet gap in between. And I'll also be looking for things like this for trees. If my line hits the tree, we may take it out. I don't want to, or I'll put a post right on the other side. So in this case, our line's most likely gonna be back here. So I'll put a post here to hold that, and so on and so forth for the rest of this. So I've got an old roll of, this is some poly wire, and I put a bungee on the back of it. And this is, when I pull it, this is going to keep that tension. If I just try to stretch this out, it won't be taut. So use a bungee. And then the ground level throughout this thing kind of rises up a little bit. So off this post, I'll put it up a foot. To do that, just put a little rope on it so I get all the bungee working. Tie it off like this so the bungee is going kind of straight. I want it to be going down that way. I'm just going to tie it off. All I did is take the roll, put it out, the whole length. What I need to do now that it's out is go along and ensure nothing's holding it up, getting in the way. I don't know if you can see, but there's a branch hanging in the way, touching this wire. I'm going to clean that up to make sure it's not ruining our straight line. Here's the first post. I'll show you, I'm not sure what this thing's called exactly. Just call it the fence puller, the post puller, I'm sorry. And this guy's a little bit at an angle. But anyways, so basically just take this piece right here, put it on either side, and I get this far, but kind of slightly pointing up. And you just pull, and then I drop down. One. Now you can see it's kind of straightening out. I'll readjust this because the post was at such an angle. When you start pulling, you'll find that it straightens out before it comes out. So we'll put this down, and then just work this back like that. You got it out. Well, this first one, I said 20 15-20 feet space, gaps in between the posts. I'm going to do this one about 4 feet, so right about here from the end. We're tying off on this tree right here, and I'm going to put it about 4 feet. And the reason why I'm going to do that is because on this little gap that's on the other side of this tree, in between that post and the tree, we're going to put a gate. But when I tie off on this, when I tie off on this tree, and I have a post right here, there's very little area of error. So if I tie that off wrong, and it's too low or too high, or there's a big gap or whatever, that's a little section instead of being a 20-foot section where you'll have a huge opening and potentially allow the animals to go out. So I like to put a post right here. Also, it'll help guide me to ensure that I'm not going to make that mistake when I'm tying off on that tree. So when I do this, just grab it. I start by putting this on, and I want the insulators facing in, so this flat part where all the divots are needs to be this way, going towards our property, the side to which I want the wire to be on. Place it. And start pounding. And now we do the same as we did with that post again till we get this whole entire line done. Guys, this is not coming out. Obviously the roots have grown up, swallowed this thing. Me pulling this post is the same as me pulling this tree. That's not happening. So I'm gonna go to the next post, pull it out and bring it over here. This one will either be cut off or left. Most likely left for good. Until this tree dies, this post is not coming out. Okay, next one. I got a different post. The next post over, like I said, that's going to be left. I'm going to drive this post in place. So I'm not going to pull on this wire. I'm just going to set it on the wrong side. So on this side, pound it in. Let's see how many roots I hit, because I know that's going to happen. Well, I think we get it. That's about how I'm going to do it. I'll show you when I'm done, or at least when I stop, because that took me a lot longer than I thought. Try to pull this. So I will finish and show you guys how it looks. So guys, I didn't get as much as I wanted to get done. It was a lot harder than I thought to pull those out. In fact, I only got 2 more pounded in, and then I started going along the line. They're embedded, and I'll show you in a minute, they're embedded inside of a clump of trees or in the tree itself, or it's getting caught underneath a root. So some of the ones that are further away from the tree itself, a root's gotten a hold of it, and I'll show you that in a minute. So it's time for me to finish, and I'll come back tomorrow, I guess. I probably won't make another video of this till I have all these posted, and I'll show you putting on the clips and the insulators, and running the wire will be the next video of me working on this fence. There's some other stuff I've got to do. This won't probably get done for a little while, but look out for the next video. So you guys saw with those ones, they were either right next to, or actually in the stumps, or surrounded by a bunch of little stumps. This one, you can see, here's the root, and then there's this little plate that's put on the T-post, and that's probably 2 or 3 inches. So the same amount is underneath this root. all I got to do is cut that root. It's probably to one of the trees. It's not to this one. This is a cedar. This is not a cedar root. But I'll just cut that, and I will be able to get that one out. The other ones, I won't be able to do that. They are stuck. They're stuck for good. So if they're not touching the wires, therefore grounding them out, I'll leave them. Besides that, if they are touching, I'll cut them down at the ground level as flush as I can. I'll try to dig around them and get that cut underneath the dirt level and bury them so no tires or whatever get popped by it. And then, so next time you'll see it, this will all be done and we'll be putting on wires and insulators. Adios.